Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jake with Fitness Insider, bringing you guys something awesome today. But first, as always, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, join the family. I would love to have you guys. So let's move on. We got a awesome physique update from Kai Greene, man, and it's something to be excited about. It looks phenomenal, so go ahead and stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and run through these mandatories. I'm going to give you guys my analysis and the possibility of how successful a return from Kai Greene would be in 2020. Alright guys, just to give a preface of this video, I am not at all suggesting that I think he is actually going to compete in 2020. I'm really just doing an analysis on this awesome update and just giving my opinion on it and really talking about how competitive he would be in a current lineup. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at what we got here. So, as you can see, man, the back development is still just out of this world. Stunning. I mean, the width, the separation, just the thickness of the back. And as we all know, I mean, his legs are world class. Some of the best of all time. The glute separation, the striations, just phenomenal. I mean, the conditioning of this guy is incredible. I mean, he always carried pretty good conditioning in this kind of semi-retired state he's been in. But what he has now is just, it's even better. I don't know why he's so, like, sucked down, but you can tell, like, the skin quality, very dry, and he has no posing oil or no tanning on. Can you imagine if he was stage ready under perfect lighting? The dude would be insane. I mean, I would almost say that he's probably a couple weeks out from being stage ready. I mean, at the most a month. So, I mean, it appears as if he's doing something for a photo shoot, or if he really is actually possibly prepping for a show. Now, I heard rumors that his trainer said that he was actually really considering competing in 2020. Again, this is just what I heard, but the people in his circle seem to think that he has, that he's eyeing 2020 for a return. Now, as we all know, he teases this every year, which is why I don't want to suggest a comeback. It's just, bringing up possibilities. This is a bodybuilding channel. This is what we do. Now, do I think he could be competitive in today's lineup? Let's look at 2019. We didn't have Phil Heath. We didn't have Sean Roden. We didn't have Big Ramy. In 2019, I firmly believe Kai Greene, looking like this, could have walked on stage and easily walked away with the Sandow. Maybe not easily, but in my opinion, it would be like a unanimous yes. Like, he would have won. Unless he came in, like, really off or, came in bloated in the midsection or something. But Kai seems to have really good muscle control on stage. And like I said, when in 2016, he had very good abdominal control, and he just looked phenomenal. And again, he looks every bit as good here as he did back then. So I have no reason to believe that he would have won 2019, in my opinion. Now, question is, if he came back in 2020, could he win? This year's kind of weird because we don't really know how people are going to qualify for the Olympia. We do know that the show has been postponed, but this is Kai Greene, guys. This is the biggest, most famous bodybuilder in the modern lineup. If Kai even expressed any kind of excitement for competing in the Olympia, you know that the new ownership of the Olympia would be jumping at an opportunity to get Kai Greene in the show. Now, for whatever reason that Kai had a fallout with the old ownership, we got new owners of the Olympia, so that's definitely playing into the to the advantage of Kai Greene. And then you throw on top of that he still looks, up at his prime. He looks phenomenal. There's really no reason why he shouldn't come back. Now, obviously, these are just my opinions. He has his own reasons for not competing. But, I mean, realistically, who would stop him? I mean, Phil Heath coming back? Yes, that would be a problem. Now, Phil Heath, if he fixes the midsection, is insanely dangerous. We all know that. But can you imagine Kai Greene versus Phil Heath in 2020? That would be one of the coolest Olympias, of all time. That kind of comeback from two of these, these juggernauts. These guys are like two of the best, man. I mean, that would be phenomenal. You throw in a Big Ramy that's shredded, which, again, these are all super hypothetical, but yeah, I mean, realistically, we got to look at things with what's the most probable? And I think what the most probable thing is that you're going to see a very similar lineup to last year, with the inclusion of Ramy. Ramy sat last year out because of, all those reasons that I discussed in previous videos. But, assuming that they figure out the qualification, I really do think Ramy's going to be back. So, Sean Roden, I don't think he's going to have his stuff figured out to actually be able to compete this year. So that leaves the question mark with Phil Heath. Will he come back? Apparently, he just said, he kind of teased at it himself. He gave basically a maybe I will, maybe I won't. Now, again, for Phil Heath, I would think he'd want to come back to snag that 8th Sandow. But who knows, man? He's been away from the stage for a while. Maybe he wants to keep focusing on the business and, his personal life. And there's nothing wrong with that. The dude won 7 Sandows. That's fine. So if we have a lineup similar to 2019, which is very probable, your top guys are Brandon Curry, Rolly Winkler, William Bonac, Hadi Chupin, Dexter Jackson. Do any of those guys stand a chance against basically this physique that we see right here? Well, if Kai brings the conditioning, let's look at the guy who won last year, the best of them all. Brandon Curry is a phenomenal bodybuilder, but his legs would not stand up to Kai's. I mean, let's be real about it. Brandon has an amazing upper body, and he has a more aesthetic physique than Kai, so that would really help Brandon. His midsection is top-notch. But Kai, man, he would outmass Brandon and probably have at least the same condition or better. So unless Brandon really brings those legs up from last year to this year, I don't see him standing in the way of Kai Greene, especially seeing how good he looks right now. So, again, these are all hypotheticals, man, but I just wanted to give you guys the update because he looks... I was stunned by this update. I had no idea that he looked exactly like he did 4 years ago. I kind of assumed that even though he was walking around at 300 pounds, I kind of assumed that he lost some of that 3D-ness, that fullness that made him so great, years ago. But he looks almost every bit as good as he did back then. So, I mean, I really do think if he came back this year, he has a great chance of being a Mr. Olympia champion. So, who knows if he will? I really hope, Kai, if you're listening to this, man, the fans want you back. The Olympia wants you back. So, I mean, the opportunity is there. The circumstances have never been better. I really hope that you come back, man. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to try to have another video either by tonight or tomorrow, so definitely stay tuned for that. And subscribe if you like what you see. I will see you on the next one.